Back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is letting go of, breaking up with, or maybe even blocking somebody, saying, I think I've had enough. Maybe there's been a few chapters or a few cycles with this individual, but it's someone that you feel is inconsiderate, or they're really only looking for a situationship or a friends with benefits type situation. So I feel like you don't feel like you're missing out on anything if you cut them off or if you walk away, because it's not what you're looking for. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. I hope you guys enjoyed the extra videos yesterday. Also, you can find information on my second channel in the description box. Thank you to those of you who checked that out. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Corey. Hello, Famous Seamus. Hello, Key Controller. How we doing today? All right, let's dive in. We're going to start with the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. What else do we have? Good luck with that, Rachel. I believe in you. What do we have? Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Five of Cups, and the Star. So I think this is someone who has reached the stage of acceptance. When you think that something is going to go well, or when you feel like there's like magic between you and another person, and then it starts to become more clear that maybe you're on different pages, you're not interested in the same kind of outcome. There's this period of maybe mourning or grieving, right? Like, I have to let go of whatever I thought was going to be with this person. And I feel like that's already happened. There are some people who will have already gotten to the acceptance stage before the relationship even ends. And I think sometimes people get called heartless when they're, moving on rather quickly, but you never know how early on that process started. This is someone who has already started to heal from this and realize that it's in their best interest to just keep it moving, right? Hola, Jose. Hello, Illuminati. Hello, James. How's it going? What else do we have? Wow, the High Priestess. And the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. It's a little dark, so I'm going to light another candle. Hold on, please. Ooh, if I can. Uh-oh. It's dying, you guys. All right, I think we got it. It's a little touch and go there, though. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse is overinvestment. When I started to, read your body language or look at how you communicate or whether or not you're still interested in other people, all of this other stuff that indicated it wasn't serious. Whoever is this High Priestess who's saying, bye, Felicia, they're analyzing it and looking at it like, well, I put in all of this effort and you did not much, so why would I continue to put forth all of that effort for someone who leaves me in that Five of Cups energy where you're wishing that things were better, wishing that someone would treat you better? Hello, Melon. How are you doing? The new technology from 2 decades ago. You're killing me. Ace of Swords in the reverse. The Magician and the King of Cups in the reverse. It's like a little bit sassy, like, you're kind of making me laugh, whoever this is. It's like, no. I remembered who I am. I realized that I was maybe looking for the good elements in you and ignoring the red flags or the, drawbacks. The Magician is about reclaiming power. You know what? I don't need to wait around and hope that this person realizes how great I am. If they don't get it, then I just walk away. King of Cups in the reverse. Maybe this person doesn't know how to love. Maybe this person doesn't know how to enjoy connections that are serious beyond just that like physical intimacy, right? And if that's true, then that's not really what I want. So it's like you can confidently accept and not feel like you're missing out on anything because you've seen who this person really is. And not to be insulting or anything, but I feel like you're kind of like, I don't really know why I thought you were all that great to begin with. Wheel of Fortune, a change in how you see somebody. Now that I've gotten a chance to get to know you, I realized that I didn't really want to get to know you more. And that I'm better off without somebody who would make me question where we stand all the time. Let's see. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Hello, Mina. I hope you're having a good day. You and me both, key controller. Excuse me. Bloom, radiance, goddess, beauty, attract, nectar, glow, and polarity, contrast, resistance, pull, yin and yang, magnetic. Notice that we have attract with bloom, which is more of like a gravitational pull or more of a feminine type of movement, right? And then polarity talks about pull. Somebody who feels like instead of there being a natural give and take between the two of us, it felt like I was always chasing you, or it felt like I had to pull those emotions out of you. When I realized that I have a lot of magic within myself, or I have the ability to draw in a connection where I don't have to do all of that work, right? I don't have to ask for your attention, that kind of thing. Ooh, I hope that that heals. Are you saying that's yours? Emotions, water, cry, purge, balancing, and releasing. Cleanse, salt, sage, soak, detox, and revive. This is you right here. You're like, well, I don't need to care about that. You know, I maybe got a little hung up on that or a little bit like disappointed, but life's not gonna like end just because somebody decided they didn't want to pursue something serious with me, right? I can move on. And I think you start to realize that you have more energy or things seem more exciting now that you're not trying to chase someone. Hello, Brian. How are you doing? Oh, that's good, Illuminati. Answers and purity, evil eye. Oh, my friend, I'm so proud of you because you might see just the like tip of the glacier here as far as what you've been able to avoid or what your acceptance in this connection is allowing for you going forward. There is some sort of dark attachment to this person. Now, this could be they themselves have sent a lot of negative energy or caused a lot of grief for other people, and as such, they have bad karma. Being associated to that person would then impact your own karma, right? This could just be what other people send to them. But by virtue of accepting or severing that cord, right, walking away from this person and not feeling like you need to chase it more, you have basically let go of some negative energy in your life that may have been blocking you from things that you were meant to enjoy. Again, good work. All right, this is the Gold Foil Tarot. What else do we have? Hello, Super Magic. How are you doing? Hello, 47. Hello, Joseph. So we have the Lovers, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles. So if I have to choose between somebody who really only knows how to connect with individuals on a physical level, then I will choose something that is more lasting and enduring. I can choose myself. I can choose to walk away. In some cases, I can choose a different person. But this is like, no, that's not what I want for long term. I don't want to have to question if I can trust you. I don't want to have to question if you're committal, right? Two of Wands in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse. I love that. I don't know if you all know this, but these two cards come out together quite frequently, because if you have the Strength in the reverse, that means you've overcome your fears, and quite naturally the devil would be in the reverse because you've walked away from that. The devil represents those fears or the things that hold you back. So for Strength to be clarified by the Devil in the reverse is kind of like an exclamation point, or maybe 5 of them, on the statement that you are over it. I see the negative impact you have on my life, or I don't like how I feel when I'm trying to figure you out. And when I realized that I don't have to care about it, life became enjoyable again. I didn't have to check my phone to see if you'd messaged. I didn't have to ask my friends to see if you'd said anything weird. You know, like there's just this like sense of relief in letting go of this connection. Two of Swords in the reverse, Moon in the reverse, and the Page of Wands, because I was finally able to accept who you really are. When someone shows you who they are, accept it. Don't argue with it. You have to be careful with jumping to conclusions, but when there's a pattern of behavior and it is disrespectful, or it shows a lack of concern for your well-being, then do not continue to put yourself through that. You are the best nightclub in town, and there's a big burly bouncer standing outside saying, no. Maybe if you go home and change. Like your soul. Not just like a new t-shirt, okay? Knight of Wands in the reverse. And the Nine of Pentacles. I see who you are, and I see that you are not serious about life or connections. And I know my worth as the Nine of Pentacles. This is such beautiful energy because it encompasses this ability to be in tune with your intuition. It also talks about stability, feeling like you know who you are, feeling like you know how to handle the responsibilities in your life. You don't need somebody else to complete you, right? To go all Jerry Maguire with it. This is The Truth Is. Hello, Tessa. How you doing? Hello, Grace. Hello, Shane. How's it going? Great. I believe in you, Mina. I'm confident that you can do that. Yeah, so you realized, whoever I'm reading for, you realized you were settling for less than you deserve, dealing with this person who didn't know how to operate on any other level aside from physical attraction and intimacy. So when you're able to get some time alone, even if it's not really something you signed up for, if they ghost you, or if there's just, I don't know, maybe like you lose your phone or you don't have reception, this time apart allows you to actually understand more fully what you need to do and that it's time to let go. We have third parties, so there could also be some awkwardness here around whether or not they're entertaining someone else. Arguments around dating apps, or hey, I saw your car over here, I thought you were at work, that kind of thing, right? Thank you, Rachel. What else do we have? You are better off as friends. Now, some of you are going to be like, friends? They're not even funny. What are you talking about, friends? That's fine. You don't even have to do that. The main message here is, I don't want to date this person. I'm okay with not being around them. All right, this is the Marigold Tarot. What else? Queen of Cups. The Hermit. And the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So whoever I'm reading for, your energy is this Queen of Cups. Now, does that mean you have to be a woman? No. If you've been watching my channel long enough, you know, or anyone's really, you know that we all have feminine and masculine energy within us, right? This is saying you have this ability to put people at ease. People enjoy your company. People fall in love with you. If this person is like incapable of falling in love with you, don't waste your time on them, right? If this person can't treat you the way you deserve to be treated, don't allow them to partake in or enjoy that loving energy that people crave from you, even though they're not willing to put in the work required to be like in that space or have that access. So the Hermit is all about introspection and realizing that sometimes it's better to go it alone, because sometimes you feel even lonelier when you're in a relationship. Sometimes you feel like nothing can solve the problems when you're trying to get into a relationship with someone who doesn't want to be in one, right? So we have someone that's saying, I'm putting myself in a vulnerable situation or risking like my emotional or mental health to deal with somebody who's, I think, kind of made it clear that they're not interested in that kind of thing, or they're not capable of it. Hello, Michelle. How's it going? Thank you, Brian. I'm glad to hear that. And that's the important, like, follow-up to it, right? Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Justice. Knight of Swords, and the High Priestess in the reverse. I'm going to tell you, they're not going to like it, and they're going to try to tell you that you're wrong. This person does have some comfort with being manipulative, and they like to be the one to make the choice. So you might have a little bit of a test of your discernment or your intuition when this person kind of pushes back. They don't want you to walk away necessarily. They like to be the one to walk away, right? I think this is about not being rejected or being the one to make the decision, especially if it's you're better off as friends. There could be some social dynamic here where they want like your friend group to look at them as the one who walked away from you and not you the one who walked away from them. Hello, Masayuki. How are you doing? I hope I said that right. Hello, Sapphire. How are you doing? Page of Cups, Ace of Wands in the reverse, Four of Cups. And for some of you, part of this is I can accept walking away and letting go of this person because I know that the longer I cling to this type of, I don't know, daydream with this person, the greater the chances that I miss out on an opportunity with somebody who actually wants what I want, or somebody who's capable of the emotional connection that I want. So don't tie yourself to the light post outside of the cookie shop when you could be inside the cookie shop. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in a situationship with someone who's not serious about a relationship and you see all these other people who are either single and not worried about whether or not they can trust the person they're with, or in a relationship and seemingly happy, that's like being tied outside of the cookie shop, right? I can see them. They're right there. I can even choose which ones I want, but I can't get it, you know? Well, we've got one flipped over. Hold on. Seven of Rings. It's about knowing, all right, it's about knowing how to mirror. I'm cautious with this because sometimes mirroring can be problematic, but self-awareness and reading the room when they work together as they should enables you to be nimble in your socializations. What I mean by that is when you are highly observant or you know how people are treating you and you also know what you're being perceived as or what level of, engagement you're offering, you can adjust accordingly. If someone is giving you nothing, then you give them nothing. You know what I mean? If this is somebody who's more actively engaged or looking to be getting to know you better, then you put in that type of effort. I think we have someone here finally being more honest about, if someone doesn't like me, that's cool. That's their loss. I'm not going to try to convince them to like me. Like, keep it moving. Me too, Eight of Cups in the reverse is about trying to come back around when you realize that someone isn't really putting in the same effort. Don't ask for people to put in the effort. If they want something and they're going to be able to back it up and they're genuine, then they will put in the effort without you having to ask for it. So this Knight of Rings or Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is like, I've given you enough time. I've seen what your level of interaction is. I've seen that you're comfortable with mistreating me or flaking out on plans that we had, whatever it might be. And when you're honest with yourself, you're like, no, in fact, I deserve better. Toodles. This is the Path of Shadows. Let's see what else we've got for you. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Hello, Jose. How are you doing? Avoidance. In the dance of shadows, I conceal and evade. Fear's veil keeps me distant in the dark's cool shade. So this is probably someone that would classify as a bit avoidant when it comes to connections. And you may have even figured out which type of avoidant attachment style this is. But this is someone who likes to be like adjacent to emotional connection, but not like directly responsible for it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it smells like people have emotions over there, but like, ooh, is that contagious? I don't want it. Get away from me. Gargoyle. In stone I'm carved, let alone in the cold, always watching over, protecting stories untold. This is someone who's nervous or uncomfortable showing their true self to anybody because they are expecting to be rejected, because they are expecting to be abandoned. They may have not yet healed from a situation in their past having to do with their family where they felt abandoned, and that can create some pretty massive problems in terms of being able to trust people in a romantic setting. This is the Situations deck. What else do we have? Waves, emotions, coming and going, and tick-tock. When they realized that you were catching emotions or that you were looking to have that type of connection, this person didn't do anything. They just kind of figured you would change your rules for them, or maybe your emotions would be so overpowering you wouldn't be able to walk away from somebody who was giving you less than you deserved. They saw a little bit of that, but now they're realizing that they have underestimated your ability to walk away, and they might be feeling a little bit, they might catch some of those emotions or be honest with themselves that they felt emotions once they realize that they can't play their games with you anymore. But for many of you, I think this is just somebody who wanted to be able to get what they want and maybe even feel like they were one of the people in the group who actually did when other people failed, if this is like a friend group. But at the end of the day, they prefer to be single. They don't want to have to consider other people's feelings. They don't want to have to avoid going to parties or meeting new people. They like this attention. So we have this access granted card that came out in the reverse. They denied you access, and now you're denying them access because they took too long, because they showed you who they really are. Hey, Aqua Beauty, how's your day going? Thank you for the tip. Was it before or the night of? I got you, girl. Oh, I'm sending you a big old hug. What else do we have? Telepathic, dreams, songs, legal, court, paperwork filed, and meeting. 2 or more persons, discussions, and planning. Okay, so there seems to be a number of things that happen for, oh, what are we calling you? I don't know if we gave this person a name yet. The Knight of Wands seems like a good, I mean, it was in the reverse, which indicates somebody who is maybe focused on the wrong things, right? Oh, thank you, sweetie. And then any messages from Spirit? I got you. I think this is somebody who realizes they have other problems in their life that could have to do with like a lease. Maybe they're getting kicked out. Maybe they get into an argument with somebody who's in a relationship. But I do feel like there is a negative, like a blow up, an argument. Maybe even people are actually throwing hands. But I feel like this is something that you would potentially be around if you still dealt with this person. And by accepting and walking away from them, you avoid having to deal with this drama or, you know, whatever amount of dealing you would have to do. You distance yourself from it, which is a good move. Hello, dealer. How you doing? Oh, judgy. I hope you have a better day. You might have more fun in life if you decide that you want to approach people with kindness instead of judgment. You're welcome to come back to the live chat if you'd like to try that out sometime. I appreciate that, Brian. We also have memberships, so if you're interested in additional content, including the highest tier has a personal monthly reading. Shout out to Dana. I owe you one of those. I think you re-signed up yesterday. That is linked for you in the description box, by the way. So we have conflict and lusting. Pretty perfect card for it. So we are incompatible, or we are not on the same page because this is what you're looking for and you're non-committal, and I'm looking for something that's actually like more human, right? There it is. Yeah. And when you realize what you have to offer, because it's good, okay? People like you. Then why would you settle for something that's less than what you want, right? There are people who really admire and appreciate you, people who are attracted to you, who would want something more serious with you. So, you know, don't go for the discount bin, okay? Hey, Lee. How you doing, sweetie? Thank you for the tip. Yeah, of course. For the week. I got you. Hey, Steven. How you doing? All right. What else do we have? We've got intuition, divine feminine, and intimacy. We have another reference to intuition. We had that alien card come out from the situations deck. I would also argue that this answers card is pretty closely associated to that intuition. That idea of, I have this inner knowing. I know that I would be happier if I walk away from this, or I know that I deserve better than this. I'm not going to let somebody try to, you know, convince me that this is totally what I'm looking for. Have you ever gone shopping for something and then there's this like bossy salesperson and you end up buying something that you didn't originally want or you didn't like as much as something else? We all learned that lesson at some point. Maybe some people are just like from the get-go, like, I don't want that. Props to you. But we have somebody who's like, no. I've gotten to know you so well that I've realized I don't like you. So why would I want to accept the like bare minimum from you? I said it. I said bare minimum. When I could go elsewhere, you know, when there's other options, or when I could just like be by myself and not have to like question what's going on all the time. This is the Tattoo Tarot. Hello, Junior. My name is Carmen. Oh, some people are like that, James. You don't need to deal with that. We've got the Hanged Man, the Eight of Swords, and the reverse. After feeling stuck, you've released yourself, you've reclaimed your power, and this impacts your manifestation because you're pulling back your energy. So whereas previously you were kind of feeling like you were restless or feeling like you didn't belong or things were like out of place, now you feel like you're able to make a decision to get things back to where they need to be. So it's all about cycles, and you've learned a lot. So don't be overly harsh on yourself. We all do things that we wish we hadn't. But the important thing is take that opportunity to learn from it and don't repeat it. If you just harp on yourself for being an idiot, that's not really going to do anybody any good. But know how to recognize that energy in people in your future, and you won't have to deal with that bare minimum. You know what I mean? Oh, look, what's that, a mile away? Oh, it's the bare minimum. I know I don't want that. I'm going to go over here. You know, like, no. You don't even need to talk to me. I've already pinned, like, I know what you got. Hello, Monty. How are you doing? This is definitely a situation where they expected you to come back around. Maybe this is just kind of like a pattern of behavior for them or for you, but they have these questions like, wait, what happened? I thought you were like into this. Like, what? Aren't I awesome? You're like, nah, bare minimum. I'm over it. Bye, Felicia was the first card, right? So I don't know how many times I can say it, I guess. You know this isn't the right path for you, right? I'll pull 2 more cards, and then I'm going to start on the personal questions. We've got Aqua Beauty and then Lee after that. So you're freeing yourself up for a better connection and a choice of a different path. You acknowledged what you saw in this person wasn't what you wanted, and I'm proud of you for doing that. The healing element is something that a lot of people skip, but I'm confident that you're going to do justice to it because you acknowledge that part of the reason you got kind of stuck in this was because you were not using that intuition and that discernment to its, strength or as something that you could use to protect yourself. So because of this connection, you are wiser, my friend. Do not be too harsh on yourself. All right. We're going to go with the Golden Girls Tarot. Aqua Beauty's first question is, was it before the night of, or was it the night of Jay's wedding? Was it the night of the wedding? No. Was it before that? Yes. Could be around 5 days before that. And again, there was something here about like things not really working out. It was like the universe was kind of working against them. Hey, Grindhard, how you doing today, hun? Thank you for the tip. Talking about me yesterday or this morning. And do it. Yeah. I mean, let's all be clear. We are definitely rooting for you to get that date, but let's make that the last question. Well, you can do it as many as you want, but space. All right. Thank you, Reinhard. I appreciate you. All right. So are there any other messages for Aqua Beauty from Spirit, please? Other messages are there for Aqua Beauty from Spirit? Five of Cups in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Cups in the reverse, and the Empress. You know I love to see that. Be kind to yourself. Five of Cups in the reverse is saying don't be like this. You don't need to be crying over spilt milk. Focus on what's in the distance, what's on the horizon. We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse saying, yes, we acknowledge there's a lot of puzzles or puzzle pieces moving around. There's a lot of things that are changing, but you are gaining the clarity that you need as the Empress. So I know that's kind of a bit of a cold hug, but it's saying, yes, things are challenging, but it is paving the way for what you are meant to be and where you are meant to be. So King of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse. Right now, it feels like you are losing love or losing support, but it's going to have a point where it starts moving the other direction because it starts coming from people who are more legitimate. Six of Cups. People who genuinely care about you, you know? Hey, Jiggy, how you doing? Impress the Empress. Yes. You got this. Sending you healing. You got this. All right, we're going to move on to Lee's question. I think I'm going to pull a different tarot deck as well. All right, this is the Catamancy. What else? Actually, what do we have for the week ahead for Lee? What do we have for the week ahead for Lee, please? Queen of Swords in the reverse, Death in the reverse, the Tower in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands. Wow, okay. There's a lot of difficulty around you. Queen of Swords in the reverse is somebody who is angry and looking to kind of like lash out. And with Death in the reverse, it's because they are refusing to admit defeat or refusing to admit that, yeah, maybe you're right. So Tower in the reverse is stubbornness. I don't want to admit that that's the reality of the situation, or I don't want to admit that that's how things should be handled. So this could be the ex, right? I got you, Grindhard. Thank you. Let's see more. Space. Thank you. Where did I put it? There it is. So with the Sun in the reverse and the Queen of Wands, it does feel to me like we have some truth coming out that is difficult for this person to accept. You know, I tried to make it seem this way, or I didn't want to admit that it was that way, but now everybody sees what's really going on. Is this about? Okay. Yeah. And then we have Chariot in the reverse. Issues with mobility and relationship issues or not following the rules. So I think, yes, there's more of the same here in terms of someone not doing as they should and trying to get, like, I don't know, special excuses or I can't get there, that kind of thing. But there's an uncomfortable discovery here, information coming through that changes everything. So I think for the better for you, but be cautious because it's going to cause some drama, you know? Hello, Shannon. Hello, Noah. Hello, Radhika. Ooh, congratulations. Or, sorry, I'm like clearly still waking up. Congratulations, Jiggy. I'm excited for you. Thank you for the tip. Biz opportunity. I got you added after Grindhard. And he is next up. Lee, I'm sending you a big ol' hug. I hope things go well for you in the next week, despite the craziness with this one. All right, we're going to see what we've got for Grindhard's questions. Or has she been talking about grind hard this morning or yesterday? No. We have the Three of Coins, which is the Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. I think she's been spending some time alone. I think she maybe has not been doing a lot of talking in general. Five of Coins or Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Five of Cups, and the Page of Coins. I see a little bit of a lazy weekend, a little bit of I'm just going to hang out by myself and I don't want to deal with other people. I think we've all been there at some point. So I wouldn't take it personal. Why was he feeling her energy today, this morning? Ace of Coins and 10 of Coins in the reverse. And the World. I think because I think she was sending you energy. Thinking about you, perhaps. But the 10 of Cups, or sorry, 10 of Coins or 10 of Pentacles in the reverse indicates some sort of like kind of fleeting energy that feels like loss. So it's almost like I have this bad news, or I feel this situation is not where I want it to be. And then like I kind of soothe myself by reminding myself that there's something good happening. So maybe she's looking at you as like, yeah, but at least I got this person here for me. You know, like at least grind hard would be chill, right? That's sweet. Will there be a date with Grindheart and his lady friend after the space? Yes. But do what you can to plan ahead. And with the 9 of Cups in the reverse, it's basically making sure that you are, how do I say this? Making sure that the date is tailored to what would work for her. With the 9 of Cups being in the reverse, it's kind of like, I would compare it to you didn't ask somebody if they're allergic to like shellfish and then you take them to a seafood restaurant, right? Make sure you have what you need in order to plan the right kind of thing. Or like you take them hiking and you didn't tell them not to wear heels, you know, that kind of thing. Make sure things are planned out. Does she miss me more during the space? Yes. That's what we were hoping for, right? That's what the space is for, because A, she probably needed to do some other things too, right? But see whether or not there is that desire to come back together. So I'm excited for you. We're all rooting for you. Good luck to you, Grindhard. And we've got a question from Jiggy. Let me just make sure I didn't miss. Okay. Jiggy, I hope you're having a good day, by the way. So there's a business opportunity for Jiggy. Should Jiggy take that business opportunity? Where did you go? I swear it flipped over a card. I guess it went all the way. Ooh. No, I feel like this business opportunity is a little bit questionable. We have Strength in the reverse. The 5 of Wands in the reverse and the Hermit. This is saying at least take some time to think about it. There could be a way to kind of alter things like a counter offer, right? But there's some sort of weakness inherent in this opportunity. And with the Hermit, it's like, I would maybe take your own path for a little bit. So something not quite above board. Yeah, 8 of Cups, walk away. 4 of Wands in the reverse. This is not the path forward that you deserve. There's something better out there for you. All right. I'm hungry, y'all, so I'm going to head out. I love you all. Wait, hold on. I just saw one from Aqua Beauty tonight. Hold on. Ooh, we're gonna do the steampunk tarot since I rarely do it. It's like tiny, you guys. Look at it. All right, so for Aqua Beauty, you said not adding new people. Not adding new people. Is this the right call for Aqua Beauty to not add new people? No. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Hanged Man in the reverse. To not add new people would be to be too firm or inflexible or stubborn. To be honest, it's kind of coming through as you do need to be able to delegate or work with other people or feel support from other people or associate with others. You can't do it all on your own, you know? You've got this opportunity to connect with somebody, and Spirit doesn't want you to miss out on it because of what other people have put you through. So we have this King of Wands energy here. This is going to be somebody who is bold. They're not run-of-the-mill. And this is somebody who helps you in terms of motivation. When they're around you, you feel like everything is like falling into place or everything is achievable. And I very much so like that for you. Hello, Shay Shay. How you doing? Hello, Al. I'll be back later today. I'm going to go eat some food because I'm starving. And I got leftover Waffle House. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.